Hey everyone, welcome to Coffee with Changemakers. I'm Robin.
And I'm Yoshi. On the Coffee with Changemakers podcast, we explore the stories of changemakers taking on some of today's biggest social and environmental challenges.
Every episode, we host an intimate conversation on social impact and leadership, where we listen, learn, and connect over a cup of coffee with inspiring guests from all over the world.
So before we jump into today's episode, we have a quick ask. If you enjoy our conversations, it would mean the world to us if you subscribe, rate, and perhaps even tell a friend about the show. Your support helps us bring even more inspiring guests onto future episodes.
So, here's today's coffee chat. Enjoy. About 1.3 billion people, that's roughly 1 in 6 of us worldwide, live with significant disabilities. Today on Coffee with Changemakers, we're joined by Hunny Bagchandani, an entrepreneur transforming accessibility for persons with disabilities through affordable technology. Hunny is the founder of Torchit Electronics, the pioneering startup behind devices like the Sarti Smart Cane, which is the world's most affordable smart cane, and Jyoti AI smart glasses, which are glasses enhancing independence for the visually impaired. Hunny and his company also launched Enable Mart, which is often called the Amazon for accessibility, which is a platform and network of experience centers that make it easier for persons with disabilities to access assistive technologies and live more independently. With products reaching over 500,000 people across 40 countries, Torchit is on a mission to empower 10 million families by 2030. From an eye-opening internship at a blind school during his engineering studies to being named to Forbes 30 Under 30 and even pitching his vision on Shark Tank India, Hunny has turned a simple idea into a global movement. Today, we'll explore Hunny's story of breaking barriers, building inclusive technology, and championing what's known as the purple economy, which is a growing movement that recognizes the immense social and economic contributions of persons with disabilities. Now, Hunny and I met in Manchester some 3 years ago at the One Young World Summit, and I've been following Hunny's updates since then, many exciting updates. So I'm really happy to have you on the show, Hunny. How are you doing?
All good, all good. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Yoshi, for having me here. It's really great meeting you all.
No, well, likewise. And where are you joining from today?
I'm joining from my office, Ahmedabad, India.
Okay, excellent. So to kick things off for our listeners, could you share a little about your early years and what first set you on the path that led to Torchit?
Definitely, like as you mentioned, I was doing an internship in a blind school. Like I was in my third year of engineering, and it was a compulsory internship. So I did it in a blind school, and stepping into the blind school, it's like it's a different world. Like I never been with visually impaired. Like I know what is visually impaired, but I never been with them. So it's a very great time I ever had, and uh, and one fine day, like he met. I'm working with one blind person, and he met with an accident, and that was eye opening. Like I can do something, and it was during my internship and being an engineer. I can develop some solution which can avoid the obstacles in his path, so which make his mobility independent. So this is a single idea uh, stayed with me, and I develop a torch, and that torch become a sarthi, which has said, and today 500,000 people got impacted with that torch. So apart from that, like I am coming from a middle class family. My father having a shop in electronics. So electronics is one of my basic keen on. Like I was the head of robotics. That's why I developed a torch in 3 days. And the early days were like it gives a goosebumps today also. Like everything is written. Like I just follow the path. Yeah.
So how many years ago was that you developed the torch, the smart cane?
Almost 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been doing this for 10 years now.
Yes.
And yeah, you've gone from an engineering student to on Shark Tank India, empowering 500,000 people. Did you always imagine that you'd be an entrepreneur and an inventor, or how did you think about your future when you were younger?
Yeah, so I want to be a scientist. I want to be an astrologer or the scientist, and by God grace, I become a scientist kind of person, but not a scientist, but entrepreneur, innovator. Yeah. So I have around 9 patents on my name today. Okay. So yeah,
9 patents is not bad. That sounds like a lot of, that's 9 more patents than me for sure. But one thing I love about what you do, Honey, and why you do it is that you make technology for persons living with disabilities much, much more affordable and accurate and efficient than existing solutions, right? So what I didn't realize is that, as I mentioned in the intro, there's over 1 billion people living with some form of disability. And many of those people live in emerging economies who might not be able to afford a $500 smart cane, right? So I love the way you've built in this affordability and accessibility. But what made you think about that? What was the kind of spark that led you down this more affordable, accessible route?
yeah. So as I mentioned, like I was doing an internship in a visually impaired school, and I developed a torch, and that torch was very very affordable, and I know the pricing because the bill of materials and all those things. And as I told you, like my father having an electronic shop, so I know the components. I am coming from a Sindhi middle class family. Like we know the costing, like everything. So uh, and luckily I did an internship. I did a fellowship in MIT Media Lab. I got selected into MIT, and uh, it was a game changer. And then I realized this is a big opportunity out there. Like I developed a torch. It's okay. When I got selected because of the torch into the MIT, then I realized that 253 million visually impaired people across the globe, and out of them, 80% are coming from low and middle income families or LMIC countries. And the products available in the West, which is costing around 50,000 Indian rupees, equals to 400 to $500, are not 99%, 95% is not affordable to the countries where I live in, like India, Africa, and global South, I can say. So that gave me a bigger vision almost 9 years ago. That gave me a bigger vision. Like that was just a prototype. Now I got an idea. I can make this prototype to the final stage. And coming to the back to India, I applied for government of India startup grant, and we got the grant. And after almost 2 years of that internship, I launched that product almost 8 years ago in 2018, 7 8 years ago. I launched that product after a lot of iterations, lot of ups and downs, and lot of learning. And finally, we launched a product on 12th of January 2018. So that MIT workshop played a very crucial role, and the incubation in my university played a very crucial role to develop affordable yet accurate smart mobility device for persons with disability. And while working with them, like I got to know like the battery should be this, ergonomics should be this, a size of the product should be this, sensors angle will be this, and a lot of other technical parameters I never imagined. But that one kept motivation, like a person can walk independently, and the smile on that face. So once I was doing an internship and I demonstrated the torch, so he can go independently, and the smile that always uh, it is with me entire lifetime, and that keeps me motivating. And this is how we made it the most affordable and the most accurate.
Wow, that's an amazing story. Thanks for sharing that, Hunny.
Yes.
I was watching a couple of like your product videos, and I'm very very curious as to how these products were developed because I mean, imagine you did a lot of user testing. You worked very closely with people with a whole range of different disabilities. So could you maybe share one specific story, like maybe start the smart cane? Like, how were you able to come up with that concept? How did you develop it? Like, if you could share that story with us, that'd be
Yeah,
amazing.
definitely. I would love to, Yoshi. So while I was doing an internship, one of the friend who is again visually impaired, I was working with him to make admin work more accessible. So people with visually impaired can be hired in admin role in multiple uh, companies. So that was the role assigned to me. And being an industrial engineer, I know how to make the processes. And this Ganesh, on the last third or fourth week, he met with an accident. And while he met with an accident, he got 7 stitches. And once he joined the office back again, and he said this is very common to visually impaired. I'm it is very common with every visually impaired person because they met with an accident and they got stitches. And he was showing like earlier I got this, now I got here. I said this is not a proud marks. You're lucky that it is just you got stitches, but sometimes it may uh, lead to the death or some permanent coma or something, because head injuries are not small injuries, it's a big injury. So, and that inspired me to make something. And in 2015, almost 10 years ago, we were talking about the smartphones, smart cities, and all those things. And why not our visually impaired person have a smart cane? So that's why I developed a torch, and that identify the objects in front of them, and it will tells through different patterns of vibration, and this is how they can walk independently. And later that MIT workshop and the mentors from the incubation helped me a lot from that prototype to the final product. So this is how it got inspired, and that inspiration is still with me.
You know, honey, around 10 years ago, I was walking on the street in Tokyo, and it was a nice, sunny day. But I remember I witnessed an accident that really shook me. And it was a woman, maybe in her 30s or 40s, who was walking with a cane, and she was walking down this hill, right? And a young man was using a smartphone and walking. He wasn't looking, and there was a head-on collision. And that, just seeing how much she was hurt physically, she was on the floor. It was a big situation. It really struck me that this must happen a lot, and it must happen even more in cities now that people are looking at their phones, right?
Exactly.
So I thought that this is a really powerful thing. And if I understand correctly, your smart cane, the Sati smart cane. First of all, Sati means, is it companion? Is that right?
Yeah, Sati is a Sanskrit word. Yeah.
So it means companion. And
Yeah.
the great thing is you can use this by itself. So you either hold it or you attach it to an existing cane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can use it in multiple different, at home, outside, and you don't have to start from scratch. You can just attach it to your existing cane, and it vibrates every time that something is approaching you. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, definitely. You rightly mentioned. So this all learnings I got while I was developing my prototyping to the final product development design, ergonomic designs, and everything. So people ask me like it should not like we can get a different stick, because they are using a white cane a stick from last couple of years or couple of decades. They're used to with their stick. If I can give the new stick, it might not uh, like it will take time to habituate with that new stick. So any product you make, it can attach to that regular stick, and that is what one of the biggest USP we have developed. And apart from that, I realize many people are not using the cane in the familiar environment. So, say example, I am in my home or I am in my office, because this office environment I got to know, or in home environment or school environment I'm getting to know. Okay, so I don't use the cane while I'm outside. I use the cane. So that product should be also handy. So without a cane, a person can walk. So these are many suggestions which I got and we developed, and we are continuously developing. We are continuously improving. So earlier we have a battery backup of 7 days. Now we have battery backup of 30 days.
Wow.
So this many improvements. Earlier we have a micro USB, B type micro USB. Now we have C type, which is more accessible and more common. C type charging socket. And earlier we used to have 99.3 accuracy. Now we have 99.7 accuracy, and a lot of major updates we are also doing. And we
Wow,
have
amazing.
developed a couple of products after almost we have 40,000 users. We develop a new product after getting the lot of database and lot of inquiries.
Mm. So I feel like it sounds like you really applied a lot of the user-centric design principles. Like you really put the user at the center
Center.
of
Yeah.
of all of your products, and I think that's really amazing. And how are you able to scale? Because with social impact, obviously making a large impact is important, and I'm assuming that you are able to keep your costs to a minimum, right, to make it affordable to India's, guessing middle class. But yeah, how are you able to keep costs low and just be able to scale your product?
So this is very good question for me. Actually, I like this question because we have actually product innovation is 30%.
Mm.
The market research and the uh, from the lab to the market and market to the user's home is the
Mm.
biggest innovation which we have developed, a business innovation, I can say.
Mm.
So I can come to your first point, like user centric. So this product is designed with the help of visually impaired, manufactured with the help of visually impaired, marketing, service, even the training is done by visually impaired.
Wow.
So this is for the visually impaired, by the visually impaired, and to the visually impaired.
Mm.
And coming to your point, like how we can make it to a scale, even keeping our margins low and pricing low, I can say. So we have more than 500 visually impaired trainers. So these visually impaired trainers in every city, like India is very big, large. Like every state is like a one country for Europe or Asia. So almost 30 to 50 million population in every state. Like this, we have 30 states. One of the very vast. Like we cannot be everywhere. We cannot learn all the 30 languages. We cannot have an office in one all these 30 states. So this is how this 500 visually impaired trainers helped us to expand, to spread the awareness, to make the availability, to make the serviceability or training accessible to them. So this is one of the big asset, I can say. Like we have patents, okay, I don't much give value to them. Whatever the asset we have is this 500 visually impaired people. Like if you want to do a project any remote location of India, we have a team present there. They are not on the full time of our role, but if we sell, if they provide training, if they uh, whatever they do, it is accountable and we pay according to their service which they are giving. So it is a side income for them. They also learn because it's a community work. If I'm a visually impaired person from Jharkhand or in Tamil Nadu or in a north part like Jammu Kashmir, it is my duty, and they do it very nicely. If I hire a person, it will charge more. Second thing, he cannot be that effective or efficient. And third thing, the person who are receiving, it has always a mindset that you can see you cannot give proper training to me. So it is always that kind of mindset. So now visually impaired person is more motivated, more because he himself is a user. And third, the person who is getting the training, receiving the training or service, he can also empathize with him. Like, okay, he can understand and he can train me in my local language. He can understand what is my pain and everything. So this is one of
Wow.
the innovation, business innovation, which make us moving forward. And this entire ecosystem which we have created helped us to create more faster product, more faster reachability to the ground, and more faster ground database with us. So this is the impact which we had developed in last 7 years, which is very
Wow.
great, I believe.
Wow, that's amazing. So it was really like a team effort, and
Yeah,
especially kudos,
it's
I mean,
a team
credits
effort.
goes to visually, yeah, paired
Yeah.
trainers. Wow. I'm sure they faced, challenges as well, and also success eventually. But could you maybe highlight one or two of the biggest challenges that these team of trainers faced as you try to execute your task?
So many times, okay. So of course we have 5 trainers in each location. So 100 locations we have 5 trainers. So so earlier we used to have 100, and many times these 100 trainers, like I am because they're not full time with us. They say like I'm not working on this Sunday, I'm not working on this Tuesday, I'm going to office, I have different job role, I have family, I have XYZ. So that's why we have developed more and more people like this. So that was our first challenge which we have faced, because we are not going to pay him every month or every some. This is not a fix, so it has some limitations as well. So that's why we have 5 in each location. So we told him like you create 5 of yours like this, and this is how we expanded to 500. So and right now our biggest challenge is to create more awareness, because now we have more than 700 solution enable mart 700 solution we have to give. And the problem, the challenge which we are facing is like everyone should want to experience. So now we are creating experience centers. So this experience centers again very much demanding capital. So this is what we are facing right now.
So I want to just make clear to the listeners that you have multiple, let's say, focuses. One is developing new products and devices like Sarti and the AI-driven smart glasses. You also run Enable Mart. So Enable Mart is what's known as, from my understanding, the Amazon for accessibility, right? And essentially, it's a platform with hundreds of products, devices to help those persons living with disabilities. And as part of Enable Mart and as part of getting your products to the people, you have these experience centers where people can come in and test out the products and ultimately make a purchase. Is that understanding correct?
Yes, okay, exactly.
Yeah. And then in terms of some of the challenges, you just mentioned one is around scaling through making these experience centers, which I imagine is quite a cost-heavy undertaking. But how have you overcome that? I'm very curious.
Yeah. So we are partnering with the local NGOs, and these local NGOs help us to provide the space and where we put the device. And rather than we put devices in our godown, we put in their location. And many times because of this Sarthi and Jyoti, we already had a very good reputation with those NGOs. And that's why we are getting a free space in each location. And these NGOs are very good. And it is a very, this resource center is also a great initiative for them to have this kind of resource center. And this is a win-win for both of us. And again, to provide the devices, all 300 to 700 devices based on the space they are providing. It's again a cost increasing in the furniture and all of this thing. And we have to hire one person there and locally who can provide a training and who can provide the support and who can sell. So this is again
okay. So that's really smart.
Yeah. So now my vision is to have this kind of 100 centers in every district of India by 2027. So this is what we are working on, and we are recently we closed the round, and now we are putting more funds into this.
That makes sense. So instead of building centers from scratch, you're essentially using existing locations as experience centers through your partnerships with NGOs and other stakeholders.
Yes.
Yeah. That's and your goal is to get to every state, reach every single person, every district. Okay, amazing.
Yeah. Brilliant.
So, Brilliant. So this kind of small things, we are not having a very good distributor network, but we are building our own distributor network. So we are reducing the middleman person margin, and we are keeping things affordable to our people. So this is what Torchit means, the affordable with innovation.
Nice. Yeah. So, I mean, you have experienced One Young World. Robin and I have as well. And all of us love a touching story. Do you have any touching stories that you would like to share with us today? Like a quick one?
So many. Like every day, like every day I at least receive 2 to 3 messages personally, because I'm also connected on the ground, and I'm also connected with a lot of my uh, uh, this trainers, and they trainers send a lot of good voice notes, like some visually impaired people, sorry, hearing impaired people do voice video call for the sign language, and a lot of big stories I'm getting every day, and this keeps me motivated, and this blessings, this motivation in my entire team. So a lot of stories, like people are getting uh, job, people are getting higher education now with this AI glasses. They are like this AI glasses help a visually impaired person to pursue the higher education. Like earlier, they are not used to get higher education. Now with this AI glasses, they can able to read any document, and they can create the copies. They can create the, and okay, like you think, you imagine, like a visually impaired person always depend on some other person, because after 10th the braille is very limited, very limited, and after 12th it's, after +2 is zero, almost zero, not only in India but in abroad as well. They are dependent on some other sighted person to generate a voice note, voice books, audio books for them. And because of this, they're not getting a proper support environment. They can pursue the higher education. So now with the Jyoti, with AI glasses, they can able to read any document, anytime, anywhere, in any language, and this gives a complete freedom, not dependent on some other person. Imagine like Robin or Yoshi, you both uh, did a higher education, right? So you, like, I'm a early riser. Like I used to read while I was in my education, like in engineering. I used to wake up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the morning. So uh, eh, some are like late night people, like they read at night. So, and if I have volunteer, he cannot wake me up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., or he cannot stay awake at 12 p.m. or 1 a.m. in the night, 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. in the night. So now this kind of people, like they're pursuing higher education, and they're looking they're giving an UPSC exam, one of the toughest exam in the world. They are now thinking to give these exams independently. So a lot of inspiring stories we have, like they become a chartered accountants, or they become a hired professors, visually they become professors, and a lot of great stories we are getting. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I love that, Hunny. I want to just unpack what you just said about the Jyoti AI glasses. So for those of you who haven't seen them, please do check them out. They're on Torchit's website. They're essentially like glasses with I guess two kind of screens at the front where you can.
No.
Is that how does it work, Jyoti? Because I've looked into it, Hunny.
It is actually a glasses, any glasses.
Yeah.
It is actually a portable device which you can connect to
Yeah.
any glasses and become an AI glass. And
Oh.
and you can connect with a smartphone, and entire processing will happen in our software in your smartphone, in any smartphone, and it gives the audio output, and you connect a headphone or earphones, and you can listen. So a visually impaired person can listen anything what is happening. So if I want to describe, let me give you a small brief. I can give you like a demo. This is our application, and I can
Okay.
just give you a
Amazing.
description what is happening in front of me.
The video call shows 3 people. Top has a fair-skinned man with short brown hair wearing a black shirt. The middle has a fair-skinned man with glasses holding a phone, and the bottom shows a fair-skinned man with short black hair wearing a striped shirt. Along the left edge of the screen are tabs for various open websites. The text, Riverside Coffee Friends Studio, is visible. The top right shows options, layout, people, and chat. The word, Robin.
So imagine
Wow.
this
Wow.
much information a visually impaired person can get, like Robin, Riverside, what
Yeah.
Yoshi is wearing. So, and this is a 1x. This is 1x speed. You know, a visually impaired person listen at 3x speed.
Wow.
But
3x.
Yeah, enter 30-second audio description you got. They can listen in less than 5 to 7 seconds.
Wow.
Wow.
So I just want to dive into this because this is really powerful. You mentioned that until now, people who are visually impaired have had trouble, for example, going to higher education, pursuing these professions and so on. But with this device, you get text to speech, you get this object recognition. It has currency detection as well, so you can make payments and things like that, right?
So it has lot of functionalities. It has the finding a washroom,
Wow.
or finding a medicine. Like it is one of the most important in medicine box. All the medicine look like same.
Yeah. Okay.
So finding a medicine, or you imagine like even it has an AI teacher. AI teacher. If I'm reading any document, if I don't understand, I can translate to my mother tongue. Or you can translate to Japanese, or you can translate to Spanish, and you can read any. So language is not a barrier. So anyone can read any document. And second point, you can also chat with that. So I can tell how to solve this mathematical problem. So now,
right.
last month in the month of May or June first week, so our president of India visited to a Dehradun blind school, and this is the first time in history a visually impaired person doing a chemistry practical in front of the president of India. So,
Were they using your glasses?
using of glasses, yeah, and the technologies which we have provided.
Amazing.
So they can see the color changing. They can lot of details. So it has identification of currency. It has identification of colors. So if I'm a visually impaired person, I have my wife, I have daughter. So I want to buy something for my wife. Just simply, I am dependent on some other person. Okay, what should I buy? And now with the Jyoti, I can find the color. I can how the design look like. I can identify the currencies and everything. So I can do independently. Say example, something has very private, like my brother shared with me, and on the WhatsApp, some image or something which I don't want to share, or even the bank passwords, or checkbook, or ATM cards, something which I don't want to share with any other person, because those are images, right? These images are private now, so you can just upload with Jyoti, and that what is in the image, it will test on the ear. So this kind of privacy, this kind of things which has in the Jyoti, and Jyoti also has a Jyoti live mode. So this Jyoti live,
Yeah.
this Jyoti live is like a AI assistant. They wear a glass, they put the headphone, and they can walk, and AI assistant will talk to them.
Brilliant. So, Hunny, what I love about this is when you're giving the product demo, your eyes come alive, your whole face is bursting with passion. So I absolutely love that how much it energizes you to share your inventions with the world. And very briefly, I want to go into your reflections and your learnings as an entrepreneur. But before that, how affordable are the Jyoti AI glasses?
So the similar devices available in the West, like Israel or the Netherlands or the US, are costing around $2,000 to $6,000 or more. And the price of the Jyoti is less than $350.
Wow, so it's a tenth, if not less, of the price of the Western equivalent.
Yeah, 1/10. And the main part, Jyoti is one of the most usable product. So it's a very well designed product, I can say. Why? Because they cannot use along with just glasses, but they can use as a ring, or they can connect to a desktop lamp, and it become a AI scanner. So if I have to read 20-page something, so I have to hold a book like this, right? I have done. So it is a very tedious job. So I can just put a book here in my table, and this table lamp become my AI reader, and they can just change the pages like you and me are doing. So this is what. And say example, I'm in a classroom. I don't want to wear a glass. I can wear as a ring, and I can just show what is happening in front of them. Let me show you. Let me show you the device.
We've gone into full product demo. I feel like we're on Shark Tank again.
Yes. No. So this is the product. This is the product which you can connect with any glasses this is a product which you can connect. So this is a
Connect to any
regular glass,
glasses.
and I connect, and this become
Okay.
Mm.
So it's
so.
similar to the smart cane in that you can attach it to existing glasses. You don't have to get this whole new device. Brilliant.
So along with this, we are giving two rings, two type of rings. So let me show you. So if there's a children, so it's a small for children and medium for like person like me or adult, and he can wear as a ring.
Okay, brilliant.
So
For
that's
those of
how.
you listening and who can't see right now, or who for whatever reason are on audio, please, if you can, check it out on their website. It was super interesting.
Yeah. And this is again just a desktop lamp. You can see it's a desktop lamp. Okay. Now I put it here and connect my Jyoti. So this become my AI reader.
Oh, brilliant.
So this is makes it one of the most usable, like 3-in-1 kind of product. So AI scanner, AI ring, AI glasses. And if I want to wear any um, like different brand glasses, I don't want to wear black glasses. I can remove this. I can connect to my regular transparent glasses, and if I attach, and my glasses become AI glasses. So this is they also want fashion, right? They also want to be look cool, look good.
Yeah, and that's a big part of it, right? Is to feel good, to look good. The aesthetics is super important. So I love the thought you've put into that as well. Now I know our time is limited, Honey, but before we wrap up, I'd love to hear. You know, you've been on this remarkable journey for 10 years plus, making all this affordable technology for people living with disabilities. What were some of the key lessons you've learned? Maybe one or two, just briefly, that you've learned so far.
Yeah. So what see many times entrepreneurs like me or social entrepreneurs, they think there's a lot of risk, and they put a lot of time, money, and energy. And what I develop, and I like entire our Torchit team is like, I can say they all are social entrepreneurs because everyone is a leader kind of thing. So everyone has their own responsibility and everyone is leading their own way. So Enabled Mart is different team. We have a Jyoti, it's a different team. We have Sarthi, we have different team. We have a lot of other products like for hearing we have different team. So what I learned is like I'm sharing, like fail fast. So when you fail fast, your risk component of each thing, like the more time you invest, the more demotivated you get. See, failure is the part of the journey. You cannot remove the failures from the entrepreneur. And entrepreneur, like today, it's like a cool word. Everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, right? But the point is like you stick to your ground. You understand, like a lot of our products, even though we have like our 40% team is visually impaired, even though and the 60% team is persons with disability. So even though we are very closely working with visually impaired, even though our products got failed. So we made around 12 products, and four products got failed. So it is okay. So failure is a part of life, and you should accept, and you should learn, and you move on. And when you move on, um, um, like you will reach to a new height. And it is easy to move on when you are failing fast or you are spending less funds, less time, less energy. So these three are one of the key resources which we have: energy, time, and money. So that's what like if you have any idea, do it. If it is success, then we will take to the next level. Otherwise, it is okay. It is okay. It is okay to have uh, uh, move on.
Amazing. I'll
Yeah.
I'll take that advice to heart, especially as an aspiring, entrepreneur myself. You're like a role model to me. And so
100%.
I'll definitely continue to fail fast and learn from those and grow, right?
Yeah.
So as we come to
Yeah,
go
and
ahead.
because we have a motivation. See, I have seen a lot of social entrepreneurs. They run out of motivation. And why it is energy, like you said, energy is one of the key factor for any entrepreneur founder. If they get a right See, team, everything you know everything, product market fit, and a lot of things are there. But
Right, right.
failing fast keep you agile. Failing fast keep you motivated. Failing fast keep you what you called. You come again, like you bounce back. So this is what I learned, and I failed, and keeping alive yourself is one of the major factor. If you're alive, then you can get a success. And
Exactly.
yeah,
Amazing. So
yeah.
on that note, Honey, I want you to maybe share with us what are some of the sort of exciting sort of events or maybe even product releases that's coming up for you either personally or for your company. Um, yeah, anything you want to share with our audience today?
Sorry, can you repeat again?
Oh, sorry. What's next on the horizon for you? So are there any exciting projects or announcements or, any new challenges that await you?
Yeah, there's so many new things. Every department is doing something great. So let me give you one by one. So like Jyoti, we are coming up with wireless version. For we have a hearing impaired team. Like they are develop very great softwares. Like to AI softwares convert any voice to text, text to sign language, and a lot of new applications which we have developed. And apart from that, we have a team for CWS and children with special needs. So that team is doing making a lot of new products for augmented communication, augmented alternative communication, and a lot of other products which we are coming up with with next few months. October we are launching, and of course there's always a new something in Enable Mart which I'm also never knew. Like Enable Mart team is making something new every day. I can say every week. So they told me like this week we have event here. We are launching a new store. So this is what they are motivated. Like
Amazing.
so,
So,
lot of new
yeah,
products, new things are coming, and we have to reach 10 million by 2030. So we have to go fast.
that is a beautiful goal to have. And I'm sure you'll reach it, Honey. I'm sure you will get
Thank
there.
you.
So, I mean, man, I would love to devote like a podcast to every one of Torchit's, products, but then unfortunately we have limited time. So I guess we will have to kind of wrap it up in the next couple of minutes. But I guess for me, the highlight of this episode was definitely your user-centric sort of design principles. You know, you really definitely kept the sort of minds and the heart of people with disabilities as you built this product. You consulted them, they were part of the building process. And I think that's probably the key reason why your service, your product is a success. It'll continue to be that way. So thank you for sharing that very, very important lesson to me, an aspiring entrepreneur, and also to everybody else who's listening. How about you, Robin? What were some of your takeaways?
Honey, one thing that stuck with me is that you said at the end, if you're alive, you will be successful. And I think you mean like in terms of energy, passion, and just with you doing the product demo of the smart glasses, I really felt the passion that you have, the energy that you have, and the way it brings you to life. So that really, I think, is an important message. When you find that thing that brings you to life, it's such a positive sign to keep pursuing it, and especially if it makes such a big difference in the world. You're on a big mission, 10 million families by 2030. You're already making such a big impact with over 500,000 people empowered through your devices, through your products and services. And I just hope that the Amazon for accessibility, your platform, Enablemart, becomes bigger than the actual Amazon. You know what I mean? I hope it takes over
Yes.
and helps millions and millions of people because
No.
it's really needed.
Yeah,
I
so,
also, Honey, one other thing is the way you've built in affordability and innovation into your products is really it's first of all very impactful, but secondly, it's very smart business sense, right? You saw a huge opportunity that's not being met, and I absolutely love it. So it's been a great chat for me. I wish we had another hour to talk, but yeah, thank you so much, Honey. And do you have any closing remarks or anything from your side?
yeah. So okay. Thank you so much, Robin, and thank you so much, Yoshi, for having me here again. It's wonderful catching up with you guys after almost 3 years. And so my last remark is like everywhere I say the same thing. So if I remove my glasses, I cannot see what is written over there around 3 meters apart. So these glasses are helping me to read, and these glasses are like my assistive technology, which allows me to go independently, take higher education, lead a very wonderful team, and a lot of things. So like this, everyone has the ability. For the ability, they should get the platform or the right assistive devices. They can shine wonderfully. So everyone has the ability. Well, rather than looking at their disability or inability, we should look their ability. So this assistive devices will nurture their abilities, and trust me, they have very right potential, right talent. And we are not an NGO, we are not a government body. We don't have any uh, uh, requirements that we should hire persons with disability. But our majority team is persons with disability. Why? Because they are performing at par with any other person. Why? Because we are providing that kind of ecosystem, solutions, devices, and the mindset of acceptance. So this is with this podcast, I want to share this message that we should change our mindset. They are not looking for sympathy; they are looking for empathy. So everywhere, like it has full ability if they get a right kind of platform to shine. So in this closing remark, I can just share like we are on a mission to provide 4 A's: awareness, availability, accessibility with affordability of assistive devices for persons with disability. Because with this 4 A's, the first is awareness. Because with this kind of podcast, we'll create more awareness. Like others, we have to go to the marketing, and even those marketing is not taking me to the right platform, right kind of users. So the awareness of this assistive devices, 90% people are not aware. If they're aware, the solution is not available in those regions. So availability is the issue. The third, if they are availability, their accessibility is the issue. Like how can I get service? How can I get training? And how can I get a warranty and everything? Accessibility is the issue. And then if there's all 3 A's, the product should be affordable. The solution should be affordable. So this is what 4 A's we are working. And with this 4 A's, we can impact 10 million lives. And thank you,
Wow.
Robin, and thank you, Yoshi, again for providing this wonderful platform to share my journey, to share my vision, and share my learnings. And yeah, and I'm always there. Like anyone can reach out to me, and I'm always available on LinkedIn. And yeah,
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, Hunny. You've definitely earned if at least two, if not hopefully hundreds of thousands of more empathetic listeners who listen to the podcast. So thank you for sharing your story with us today. And to all of our listeners, if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe, rate, and also share. We'll be back with more stories of impact very, very soon. So remember, coffee friends, the power to create change is in your hands. So keep leading the way, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Let's keep brewing change, one cup of coffee at a time. Thank you, Hunny.
Thanks,
sir.
Hunny.
Thank you, Robin. Looking forward.